absolute honor and such a pleasure to have Leslee Udwin here with us on the red carpet, the Artemis Film Festival. Leslee, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much.
We have to talk a little bit about India's Daughter.
Yeah.
I saw it last year, and it's so funny. People have asked me, what is your favorite documentary? And I have to tell them India's Daughter. And it is such a tough story to tell, but you told it beautifully. Just beautifully.
Thank you. I mean, it's so, the problem emerges with such clarity in the film. And in a sense, that is partly because I had some very honest, open interviews. And it is crucial for us to know what the root cause of this is, because as a world we continually deal with the fallout, and what we have to do is pluck it out at its roots and prevent, which we can really only do through education, I believe.
We can, and I think one of the big things that I took away from your film as well was what happened and kind of the ignorance around what happened. In this case, education wasn't all the problem because of some of the interviews that you did.
Yes, but you mean the lawyers, of course, who were much more shocking than the rapists.
Yeah.
And who had... But you see, when we think of education, we're thinking of a certain kind of very limited education. When we say education, we either mean access to education, which is not what it's about. You can have every single person or child on the planet go to school, which God knows is not the case. But it's about what you teach those children when they're in school. And the kind of education we've been teaching our children to do with numeracy and literacy and reading, writing and arithmetic, that only gets you so far in life. That only looks at a very, very narrow margin of children being prepared to lead a productive and good life. What about morality? What about the value of each and every human being? What about empathy? What about being trained, prepared, practiced, taught to take the perspective of another human being and to value that human being regardless of gender, regardless of religion, regardless of race? So
true. And one of the things I took away from your movie was if we all treated each other with kindness, how far that simple word kindness, how far that would go in this world. I have to ask you, because I feel so blessed to be talking to you, what made you decide to make this movie? It wasn't, if you haven't seen India's Daughter, you have to see India's Daughter.
And actually you can see it by going to Vimeo On Demand, India's Daughter, and you must see it. It is a must-see film because the insights in it are shocking and important and extraordinary.
And it tells a lot of life stories. Not only did you interview the rapists, you also interviewed the parents. So we have all aspects of this story. And that's what was so beautiful about such a tragic story, is you brought it full circle. There's nothing that you didn't cover in this movie. And you have to see it because this is a study on how humans treat each other and just... You have to see it, and I have to commend you so much for making this movie. And you are an amazing woman, and keep telling stories. Oh my goodness, so unbiased. That's the other thing in this film. It's so
it's
unbiased.
Balanced. It's very balanced, and it has to be because at the end of the day, it's very easy to say these men are monsters. It's very easy to distance ourselves from them. The truth is we are responsible for these men. We have to take responsibility. We have not intervened in teaching them the right way to value another human being. We have not intervened at any stage. We are negligent. We are irresponsibly neglecting our children's education. And we deserve what we get until and unless we redress that balance. And that is what I'm trying to do with a campaign called Think Equal.
Think Equal.
It is a campaign that has grown directly out of the film. We have amazing patrons like Meryl Streep and wonderful support from Susan Sarandon and Dame Helen Mirren, and just extraordinary President Joyce Banda, Sir Ken Robinson, Mary Gordon, who is an expert in empathy, and we are actually developing and delivering to the world the first ever curriculum in social emotional learning that teaches all aspects of what you need to know in order to lead a good life, a productive and respectful life as a global citizen.
Beautiful.
So that work has come out of the film. So, as dark as that journey was, I'm privileged to have got the insights from that film that now enable me to commit myself to something that will be the solution to stopping the cycle of violence we're in.
By telling a story, you must see India's Daughter. It is a must-see. Such an honor. Thank you so much for gracing us here at the Artemis Film Festival.
Artemis
Oh, my
is great.
goodness.
I
Isn't
mean,
it
I am
wonderful?
so happy to be here. It's a fantastic festival. It's a kick-ass festival.
Kick-ass, right? Yeah.
And I also want to, say a big thank you to Ivana Massetti from Women Occupy Hollywood.
Yes.
A much-needed revolutionary movement to redress the gender imbalance in the film industry.
Absolutely.
And so Artemis Film Festival and Women Occupy Hollywood are both co-hosting India's Daughter here at the, is it the Arts Theatre we're in?
Yeah.
At the Arts
Hills.
Beverly Hills on Sunday night.
And Leslie
So-
is going to be doing a Q&A after.
Yes,
and
indeed.
it's something you do not want to miss it. I'm going to be
Please
there,
come.
and I am. Oh my goodness. India's Daughter, must see. Leslie, thank you so much for being here.
And thank you very
Good to
much.
see you.